Okay, guys, welcome back to Mr. Potto's DP and Review lectures. So, I don't know if you just got done with the Native American ones, it's a day later, but welcome back. We're going to move on to the second page of our review. We're going to be talking about government. So, I know government was a hard unit for a lot of you guys, so I'm going to try my best to hopefully help explain some things. Not all of this is going to be on the test, but I'm just going to go through an overview of the unit. I'll tell you what's important, okay? I'll highlight it. So, starting off government, we're going to talk what is a government? Government is the body of a nation, state, or community in charge. So, whoever's in charge of the community. If that could be a student council, that could be a president, a king, a dictator. Whoever's in charge, that is government. Types of government. So the two types of government that we always talk about is limited and unlimited. So remember, limited is happy, it's good. Oh, sorry with sneeze. Limited is happy and good. We like to say that we love limited government. I know Miss Belimovich's kids, they hear that all the time. Love limited government. Unlimited government is ugly. Ugly and bad. Unlimited government is, well, government has total control. So, I forgot to explain it. Sorry. Limited government, it is government that is limited by law. That means they do not have all the power. There is something stopping the government from doing whatever they want. Unlimited government is they have all the power. Unlimited government means they can do whatever they want. You look the wrong way at the leader, he can kill you and no one can stop him because it is an unlimited government. Limited government, you give the leader a bad look, the leader says, I want him dead, and they're like, hey, you can't do that. There's a law against killing people. What gives government power? So, really, all you need to know, constitutions. Constitutions are the rule books of government. We have a student code of conduct, the nation has the Constitution. Basic principles and laws of a government that determine powers and duties/jobs of the government. And some of them give people certain rights, which we call individual rights, which we'll talk about here in a second. But constitutions are rule books. So now you can look through your review if you're following along with that. 7 principles of government. So there's multiple ways you could try to remember this. You can just try to remember it. Some people use an acronym. People like root beer floats, Skittles, chocolate, and ice cream. It's just the first of each letter. Something that you can use. If not, if you're interested in that, you can find me or ask your teacher, and I will give them something to help you with that, if you're interested in that. But we have popular sovereignty. Power to the people. Popular means people. If a lot of people follow you, you're popular. Popular sovereignty, people, power to the people. People vote. That's it. Simple as that. Limited government. We already talked about that. Government is limited by a set of laws. Now, this one people get a little confused on. Republicanism. How I think you should remember republicanism. Look at the first 3 words. Rep. Sorry, hold on. Rep. And then think of representative. Republicanism. Representative. You're electing representatives to be your voice in government. Republicanism, representative. That's simple, okay? This one gets a lot of people messed up. Federalism. So, I would say the best way to remember this one is, it's a little bit far-fetched, but stay with me. You have federal, and that's about it. You can see federal in there, because federalism, you're splitting federal, sorry, I kind of got rid of the F there, federal and state governments. You're separating them, cutting them, not really cutting them in half, but you're cutting them apart and separating them. They have their own powers. That's why federalism, it's the federal government is separated, okay? Just that's the best way I can help you remember that. That one's a little bit more difficult to remember. It's kind of just up to you what I'm going to drink. So, separation of powers, that's going to be our branches of government, our judicial, executive, legislative. If you don't know what those means, we'll get to that, don't worry. But that government is separated into 3 different branches, so they each have different powers and jobs, which leads right into checks and balances. Remember, this is how each branch can make sure one doesn't have more power than the other. The legislative branch makes the laws. They send the law to the president in the executive branch. The president can veto a law, which means, no, I don't want this law, and he can send it back to the legislative. Or the legislative branch can send it to the president. The executive branch looks at it, says, this is great, check, signs it off. Then they send it to the judicial branch. The judicial branch is going to look at the law and say, is this constitutional or is this not constitutional? If it's not constitutional, kick it back. It's gone. Law is bye-bye. Send it back to the legislative branch. If the law is good, it becomes law. So checks and balances. You are making sure one branch is not more powerful than the other. This has nothing to do with economics. People make that mistake a lot on these tests. Checks and balances, I know those are words that are used with money, but that's not what we're talking about. We have never talked about your checks and balances in your bank account or something. Checks and balances are keep a branch's power to check each other, okay? Not economic. Individual rights. So, individual rights are rights given to the people. I put Bill of Rights there because that's what gives rights to us in the United States and in Texas. So, individual rights. I think that one's pretty straightforward. It's individual, yourself, rights that you have. Again, if you have a question with any of these, please ask one of us teachers. We are glad to help you, and we really want you to pass this DPM. So, okay. Now I'm going to go over levels of government. Do not get these confused with branches. Style that. Levels and branches are different. Levels go up and down. They are different sizes in the government. You have federal government. That is a whole country or nation, okay? The federal government is the entire government of the United States. State is smaller bodies in a nation. Texas is a state. We have a state government, which only runs, our little state, okay? It does not run the whole country. It is just our state. And then we have local government. That is right next to us. It only covers the area around us and affects us most day to day because they're determining the laws that we live with in our little neighborhood, okay? Federal government, big picture, whole country. State, little bit smaller. S for smaller, little bit smaller. And then local is local, very little. L for little, little. So federal, big. State, smaller. Local, littlest. Okay? That's a little fun way you could remember it if that helps you. Branches of government. Do not get these confused with levels of government. Branches split from one stick. If you have a stick, the branches come from it. It's not different levels. They come from one stick. Branches in the federal... Branches of government are in the same level of government. The executive branch in the federal level is not going to be the executive branch in the state level, okay? If that's confusing, I'm sorry. Just try to follow along. Again, if you have a question, just ask, okay? So the branches of government, you have the executive. They carry out the laws. This is the president. On the federal level, on the state level, this is the mayor. Not the mayor, the governor. The governor. Please don't get that confused. Sorry. State is governor. Here, I will actually just write this down for you guys. I don't want you guys confused on this. Actually, can I just type here? So, federal is the president. State is the governor. Governor. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, nope, I don't need to save that. And then local is mayor. Federal is the president, state's the governor, local is the mayor. I don't have a way to help you remember this. This is just your memory, okay? Please, please, please just try your best to remember this. If you have trouble with some of the stuff, I would recommend every day you walk into Texas history, just write it down on a piece of paper. Because if you keep writing it down, it's going to stick in your memory, okay? Okay, so legislative. The way I remember legislative is L for laws. Legislative, laws. L, laws. L, laws. L and L. L and L. Legislative makes the laws. If someone is writing the law, that's legislative, okay? I don't want you guys to get confused with these branches, okay? Legislative makes the laws. And this is going to be the Congress and the Senate, okay? We're going to have a Congress and Senate on the state level too. We do not have one on the local level, okay? So, we kind of talked about what the Congress and you don't really need to know too much about them except that Congress, Senate, legislative. The judicial branch. Judicial, I say interpret the laws, but here, what I would put to help remember. Judge. Am I? Hold on, guys. I think I might be brain farting right now, and I'm sorry about that. Hold on. But yeah, so they are judging the laws. Judicial judge. Judicial judge. Judicial judge. Did I spell judge right? Oh, I did spell judge right. I'm sorry. I'm just losing my mind, guys. Yeah, so judge the laws. Judicial judge. Judicial judge. They judge the laws. This is the Supreme Court and other smaller courts. The court of law is the judicial system. That's about it, okay? So remember, executive, they carry out the laws. Don't really have one remembering that one. Legislative makes the laws. Legislative, laws. Judicial, judge the laws. Judicial, judge. Judicial, judge. So remember, let's go through this real quick. Levels of government. Remember, levels go up and down. We have federal, which is the whole country. State is a little smaller. Bodies in a nation. State government. And then local government is the littlest government. Littlest level of government. Right close to us. Branches of government. Executive, carry out the law. Legislative, make law. Judicial, judge law. If I'm going fast, I'm sorry. You can go back and rewatch it. But that is what we're talking about now. Okay? What is my... Oh, there you go. Sorry. Okay. So, real quick, I'm going to run through the branches of government again more. So, executive, that's what it was. Enforce. Executive, enforce. Executive, enforce the law. Okay? Enforce. E. 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 So, executive. Say it with me, everyone. Executive, enforce. There we go. Again, they're elected by the people. They approve bills. If not, they veto, which means no. They don't want to do it. Okay? Legislative. Oh, I'm moving it around. Legislative makes the laws. Legislative laws. Legislative laws. Say it with me, everyone. Legislative laws. House of Representatives or the Senate, they are bicameral. You don't need to know this for the DPM, but that just means that those two houses, okay? Just remember. And for checks and balances, they can impeach, which means to remove the president or maybe anyone in the government who breaks the law. Okay. Judicial. Judicial. Here, I'll add it in. Say it with me, everyone. Judicial judge. They judge the law. They make sure it's fair. Oh, constitutional. Better way to say it. Judicial judge. Judicial judge. If you're watching this and you guys get this question wrong in the DPM, I don't know what to tell you. So if you need to say it more. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is taxes and municipal government. Okay. So remember, taxes is going to be how government makes its money. Okay, this is talking about taxes. So it's how government's making its money. Okay, and so taxes can come in a couple different ways. The ways that you're going to need to know is we have property tax, which is just property tax on your property. And we're going to have, in Texas, sales tax. When you buy something, there's a tax included with it, which is the sales tax. So, if it asks about property or sales tax, that is government funding. Let me tell you, government funding. Taxes are funding. And municipal government, so municipal government, all you really need to think about is you're thinking of the fire, police, I'm going to say health. You can say ambulance too, but your choice. Health departments. Leave me alone, word. Okay, so fire, police, health departments. All of that, maybe one or two other things, but that's all municipal, okay? If it's asking you, why do we have fire? What does the fire, police, and health departments have in common? They are municipal, part of the municipal government, okay? I don't want you to see fire, police, health department and be like, local government. I mean, it's part of the local government, but think municipal, okay? Municipal government. Another way to think of municipal government are services provided to you. Fire, police, and health departments are services provided by the government. I don't want this to go too long. So let me do a quick review real quick. This is going to go by really fast, okay? So if you want to slow the video down, that is fine. Or just go back and rewatch something you have. But I'm going to go really quick, okay? Types of government. We love limited government. Limited government, they are limited by law. Ugly, unlimited government. A form of government where power is placed in the ruler. They can do whatever they want. They can kill you. Constitutions give power to the government. Principles of government. People like Rupio, float, Skittles, chocolate, and ice cream. Popular sovereignty. Power to the people. Popular people. Limited government. We already talked about it. Republicanism. Representative. Republicanism. Representatives. Electing representatives. Federalism. Federal. Federal and state government are separate. There we go. Separation of powers. Branches have different jobs. We're separating their jobs. Checks and balances. Not money. Not money. Checks and balances. Branches power to check one another. I'm going to check your work. When I check your work, I'm not putting money on your work. I'm looking to see if you're doing a good job. Individual rights. Individual, which is like yourself, and rights. Rights that we have as individuals. Levels of government. These are not branches. Levels go up and down. Federal government. Big picture, whole nation. State is smaller government, like Texas, Missouri. Local government is the littlest government. Branches. They're not levels. Branches split from one thing. We have executive. Executive enforces the laws. Executive enforce. Legislative makes the laws. Legislative laws. Legislative laws. Judicial, judge the laws. Judicial, judge. Judicial, judge. Okay? I'm not going to go through those. Taxes. Taxes. Government makes money by taxes. Property tax, sales tax. Municipal government or services. Fire, police, health, departments. Okay. One more thing to cover. Local... Ow, I'm so sorry you guys heard that. I hope your ears are okay. Local government wants people to save natural... just save resources. Okay? The government does do stuff to try and help people save resources, okay? So that might be saving water, not using as much electricity, okay? Hold on. Okay. thank you guys for watching my Mr. Potto's government review. If you have any questions, remember, ask Coach Jones, Mr. Elamovich, Mr. Atkins, me, Mr. Potto. If you have me in class or see me in the hallway, I will answer any questions you have, okay? Don't be afraid to ask to go to tutorials, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Next time, I think we start Explorers, so I will see you guys there.